Well, there's always offense being played, but every drill on the practice plan was defense. And guys were great. Their energy level were great. The coaching staff was great with the energy they were bringing from leading the drills. Overall, I thought it was a pretty solid first practice.
Were you putting in principles, or was it more on ball stuff helped, or just everything?
The main themes, focuses of today's practice were individual defense first, then team defense second, then transition defense after that, and then finishing rebounding. You got to end every possession by finishing it off by getting the ball. So we did different drills for each of those and kind of made it competitive at the same time.
B.I. mentioned KCP as a guy that stood out to him. You had not coached him yet. Were you impressed defensively?
He's big, he's strong, he understands the game. He has a great feel on the defensive end, at least on ball. He was really good on ball. He was a really good on ball defender today. But there was a lot of guys that stood out. He was one of them for sure.
How did the bigs look?
Well, Brooke was out there. He wasn't allowed to do contact, so it was nice having him out there, but he didn't do any of the competition stuff. Bogut can't practice yet. Zubac looked great. They took his body fat today. He's down to 8%, so that's his new nickname on the team. 8% is Zoo's new name. He asked me, he said, "Coach, you remember I was at 19?" I said, "I know. I was making fun of you for that." But it's good to see he looked good. He looked like he was moving well. Julius and Larry both had solid practices.
What's on tap for tonight?
Tonight's non-contact, so we're going to teach our players the structure of how we want to run. So there's going to be a lot of fun running going on today. We won't just put them on the line to run them. We'll make it competitive, and there'll be structure behind what we're doing. But a lot of our transition style format will be get put in tonight.
You talked so much about how the style is going to be is going to feed off of Lonzo.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like the guys kind of figured that out in the summer, and is some of that just intrinsic to playing with Lonzo, or do you think there's still work to be done in terms of implementing that?
Both.
Yeah.
I think players are naturally going to play a certain style, like we saw in Summer League with Lonzo playing and how much he moves the ball. And a lot of it has to be taught by us still, where the structure we want to do it out of the style we want is all has to come. And a lot of our team is young, so they need to be led and shown what to do as far as giving them freedom, but have a format behind it. So it'll be a balance of both.
How much do you think it helps Lonzo just in terms of going into your rookie season, where the skill that he's most known for is something that doesn't really slump, like scorers can slump, shooters can slump?
Yeah, I think it'll help a lot. He's any time that someone's going to get an advantage, his vision is something that is always going to be there for him. So I think what he'll have to really figure out as a rookie is where things are going to be open, depending on if they're guarding him by going under screens, if they're going to force him left, force him right. But within the flow of the game, when there's breakdowns, he'll always be able to get those assists just because of the way he can see the game.
How do you do with all the defensive drills today?
What's that?
How do you do with all the defensive?
Lonzo?
Yeah.
Lonzo was good. He's got length too. So a lot of what we're trying to do is a huge part of defense is communicating and talking. And he got louder as the day went on. But he's got length to where when he jumps up and contests a shot, he can make people miss. And by the end of practice, he was doing that, so it was good to see.
Does having a sort of truncated training camp affect how you implement everything you want to do before the first preseason game?
Say that one more time, sorry.
The training camp's a little shorter.
Yeah.
Does that affect how you get
It does, and I've already made the decision that we're just gonna sacrifice some of what we would put in before our first game, as opposed to trying to get everything in. There's a list of things we want to get in before you play a game, and we're just not going to get to it all, and we're fine with that. And we're gonna spend the days and practices we have focused on what we prioritize as the most important things to work on. And when we get good at those and we're ready to move on, whether that's preseason game 1 or 2, then we'll put in the other stuff.
Is that also sort of a byproduct of having as many new faces as you guys have as well?
That definitely plays a role in it. I mean, as you build, you're with a team, and you want to build it, year on year on year on year. You always, in my opinion, should come back to at least the basic fundamentals. But once you get those in, then you can kind of move on quicker. But with so many new faces, with what we're doing, and the fact that we're changing up a lot of our offense and defensive principles from last year, we're gonna take our time with that.
Last year was all about you just building that culture throughout the year. So now coming in day one, how close to that culture do you think you are, or how far away?
Well, today was great, but it's day one. I mean, it's obviously.
Can you get a sense for how they're?
It's being built. You can feel it. You can feel it in here all summer long, and it's exciting. It's part of the reason. I told people I pull up to work every day with a smile on my face, because you can feel it when you walk in the building. But it's ongoing. It's going to be years of work, and there's going to be great days and there's going to be terrible days where you're wondering if anyone listens or if anything makes sense. Today was a great day. The morning was. We still got another one tonight, but as far as the culture is concerned, it's happening.
Do you expect Brandon to become a great defender this year, or is it something that's going to be more gradual?
I would like him to become a great defender this year. I have no idea if it'll happen or not. It will happen during his career. The drill work he did today, when it was, breaking down the drill work into, just exactly how we're going to do it. No offense, token offense. I mean, the guy covers 6 feet with every slide he takes, and he's low and he's balanced and he wants it. So he'll get there eventually. It's just when you throw 5-on-5 and fatigue, and there's different variables come into play. He still struggles a little bit with his balance and giving up middle, but he'll get it.
Luke, you may not notice this until the running today, but there was such an emphasis on world-class shape. Is there a difference in the conditioning from the guys this year to last year?
Well, there's definitely an overall difference in their bodies and their strength. I think that in the summer we worked and worked and worked, but at the same time we want to make sure we're fresh for training camp. So as far as their strength, it's noticeable. As I already said, Zoo's down to 8%. Larry looks great. Jew looks great. The conditioning of some guys looked much better than others, but by the end of camp, we feel like we should have everyone where we need them to be.
Lonzo is a rebounding point guard, which is not something that every team, every coach would necessarily like. Do you have to adjust?
Is offensive rebounding, you're saying?
As a
well, we love the defensive rebounding.
Right. Some coaches just want their guys getting out in transition, but you have so many forwards who can also handle. So are you having to adjust your offense at all, or your defense to where Lonzo has to be as a rebounder?
Well, we'll give. To me, we want all 5 guys defensive rebounding, but for us, where we adjusted a little bit for our personnel, is Lonzo's also a phenomenal offensive rebounder, which technically we don't want our point guard going to the offensive glass, but because he's so good at it, we'll give him a little bit of freedom, as far as if he's randomly down there when a shot goes up and he thinks he can get something, go for it. But if he's at the 3-point line and a shot goes up, get back, no matter what.
The other guard has to be cognizant if he's going.
The other guard's going back no matter what anyway. But
you send someone else back.
Yeah, so that's stuff we'll work on.
Do you have a sense of when you might talk to the team about what kind of action, if any, you guys might be taking?
We do. Yeah.
Socially, politically, that kind of thing. Any time frame you can share with us?
We'll discuss it a little bit tonight, just because it's important to get the conversation started with it, and then we'll figure whatever our answer we'll figure out before we play on Saturday.
Thanks.